Hello, everyone. I am going to give you uh, my explanation for the post that I put just recently about the extraction tooth. I posted a video of a 3D X-ray of a patient of mine where they had an impacted wisdom tooth that I called facing backwards. It's an upper left tooth, number 16, where the crown is actually facing that way. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer the question to there because I want you to kind of think the way that I think as a holistic dentist, as a dentist, as if this were my patient. I'll tell you what I did, what I recommended. So let's go ahead and look at it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to look at this. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look on the upper left side right here. You can see that you can't see my face. All right, you can see right around here. This is the upper left side. This is as if you're looking at yourself. Right here is the tooth. With a CT scan, we can look at it from different views. This is, but I just took screenshots here. So this right here, there are different views. You can see how it's pointing back right around here. And from a sagittal view, or as if you're on top of the person looking down, you can actually see this right here. So you can see the roots of this tooth actually go on top of the other tooth. So this is the first molar, second molar, and this is the third molar, the name for third molar. So the question is what caused this to happen? Now, one of the things that you know in my office, and one of the things that goes into my mind, and I'm trying to figure out, well, what's the cause of that? Well, what's the cause of that? What's the cause of that? The reason why this happened was because the jaw didn't grow. And if the jaw didn't grow, is it because it genetically doesn't have enough room, or did it not grow because of something else? Well, I'm a big fan of natural orthodontics or natural growth. Now, I believe that the body is supposed to grow the jaw when you're developing every other bone in your body. So when you're in your teenage years, when you're adolescent years, the jaw is supposed to grow. So the question is, how does the jaw grow naturally? And I say naturally because the jaw doesn't grow, the jaw can grow unnaturally through using orthodontics like braces and expanders. But I'm telling you that this jaw did not grow to its fullest potential. That's why the tooth became impacted. This is the reason why a lot of teeth become impacted, is because the jaw doesn't grow to its fullest extent, so that when the jaw is big enough, there'll be enough room for the wisdom teeth to come in. So why are wisdom teeth usually impacted? Because the jaw hasn't grown to its fullest potential. So how do we recommend the jaw to be growing? We recommend it by doing natural orthodontics, which is really tongue placement, tongue posture, and tongue strength. See, the tongue is supposed to be resting at the roof of your mouth, which makes your jaw bigger, wider. We call it arch length. The arch length will get bigger. So the reason why this happened is because there wasn't enough room. There wasn't posturing of the tongue. The tongue wasn't at the roof of the mouth when the jaw was growing, so the jaw didn't grow fully. Now, if it doesn't grow fully and you have impacted teeth, chances are you don't have enough time and your jaw is not going to grow anymore. So you will have impacted teeth. So the next question is, should this tooth be extracted? Now, in this particular case, when a dentist has to decide if a tooth has to be extracted, it has to determine multiple things, like what does the x-ray look like? In this x-ray, this is the sinus. So the black is air, that's the maxillary sinus, and we don't have any sinus thickening, which could be a reaction to an infection. So right now, there is no signs of pathology in this area, which is good for this person. You need to take that in consideration. The patient also wasn't experiencing any pain. The teeth that were around this area were still vital or still alive. So the question is since there are no symptoms in the area, do we go ahead and extract this or not? Well, if you come to my office and you know me, I don't like waiting for signs and symptoms, because signs and symptoms are the end of processes where the body is pretty much talking back to you. So just because there's no pain doesn't mean that there's not a problem. And this is what happens a lot of times, is that people only react to the symptoms or to the pain or to any signs instead of being more proactive. So let's go through the situation here. Should we extract this tooth, and should we extract it now? Now, or if not now, when? Do we wait until it becomes symptomatic? okay, that is a possible option. But in this case, because there's no pathology, there's no pain, the teeth are still alive, and because of the difficulty and possible other problems, I am recommending that this person does not extract the tooth. Now, what are some of the risks? Some of the risks are if we keep this tooth in there, you could develop an infection. You see, the top of the tooth right here is a crown. That's made out of enamel. The root is made out of cementum, and that is what your body likes to keep, or the tooth, that part has to be in the bone. It's the crown that's not supposed to be in the bone, and your body can actually treat that part of the tooth like a foreign object, so it can actually form a cyst. So if there are signs that there's going to an infection, like this space in this area, then we probably do want to extract it, because we don't want to have any infections in our mouth. And more specifically, we don't want any infections in our body, because infections are bad and our body can elicit a response to that. So that being said, I am not going to recommend this tooth extracted. However, I'm going to recommend that a 3D x-ray be taken every 2 to 3 years to see if this area looks like there's a cyst forming. And in my office, what I do is I do some energy testing. And if the energy goes poor, then I may recommend to extract it, and I will be the one to extract these teeth, knowing that there are risks involved, such as the tooth going into the sinus, such as the other teeth being damaged, which is a risk for any tooth extraction. However, you need to weigh the pros and cons, the risk reward out of everything. So as a dentist, how did you do? Well, this is my philosophy. Every dentist has their own philosophies, but one thing is for sure, there's no right or wrong. But I want you to understand what goes through my head as a holistic dentist when I see situations like this. I hope you learned something. You don't get your DDS or your DMD degree. However, you do know much more about wisdom tooth extractions and this upper wisdom tooth. I thought it was a great case, and I hope you learned something. Thanks for joining me, Dr. Marvin, Center for Natural Dentistry.